There you go. Honey stuff. Timer. Go. 1 hour. Oh yeah, and then it's nearly midnight. So today's first stream under the new Nemo Discovers name is a bit of a niche genre, Sims and Builders, I think. But it's worth it to show them.
Welcome back, Underlord.
Oh, thank you so much. Narration voice. This game has been around a bit longer, and it shows. Right? Announcer voice is loud. I'm hoping that it's not too loud. War for the Overworld. What is this all about? My Pet Dungeon. A sandbox campaign with a focus on building the dungeons of your dreams. Skirmish. Crucible. Scenarios. Or you play one of these. Story-driven campaigns. I don't have the expansion, I think. No. That's how you do extra content. A new story with more levels, and you can play as a different person, but we're not locking basic buildings behind the DLC.
Now go!
Welcome back, Underlord. I must say, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. The transference may have left you feeling a bit foggy in the head. Focus now. I'll try to ease you back into it. Fortunately, this does seem to get easier each time. This is your home realm, the source of your power, and the anchor that binds you to reality. Many years ago, it was destroyed, and you were cast out into formless nothing. Fortunately, you've returned from your exile to once again challenge those who would stand between us and the mortal realm of Kairos. Your resurrection heralds the next phase of our assault upon its wretched empire, now led by the newly crowned Emperor Lucius. But he is least and final of our worries. It's his generals and the protection of their goddess Kira that will truly test our mettle. Ready yourself, Underlord. Let's begin our war for the Overworld.
Yeah. We're the bad guys in this. Well, the good guys. The bad guys. Depends on your perspective. So, I think I played this at some point. I'm not sure if it saved anything. Okay, so this is now basically from the beginning. Oberon's Realm Awakening. Let's start here. The other things are more advanced things. Makes sense.
I've been looking for someone to spearhead my campaign. But before we get stuck in, let's refresh that old mind of yours.
Learn how to command your powers as an Underlord. Yeah. Allow access through the firewall because reasons.
Welcome back, Underlord. It's been a long time since you were banished to the ether. You've returned as a husk of your former self. But I've taught far denser Underlords than you. Let's start with the basics.
You never played Dungeon Keeper?
This is your dungeon core.
That's not bad, because now you can play this, and this is basically Dungeon Keeper. It's like an homage towards Dungeon Keeper. It's like an altar built around it. You heathen! Sand is not wrong. How can you not have played all the games ever? The help button will give you detailed help.
The tether that allows you to manifest your malignant will. If destroyed, your consciousness will once again be scattered to the void. Your workers are an extension of your dark will. They have many jobs, but their main focus is in carving out the halls of your dungeon. Put them to work by clicking and dragging your cursor upon the flashing tiles to tag them for excavation.
Aha.
Your workers will now rush forth to dig out and claim the tagged area. Once they have laid down the stones, marking the ground as your own, you will be able to build rooms upon the finished tiles. While your lackeys get to work, look to the east of your dungeon core.
Okay, so Dungeon Core.
The worker is an extension of your unholy will. It can perform a variety of tasks. Excavating tiles, collecting gold, fortifying walls, summoning constructs, depositing unconscious minions in the lair, and depositing unconscious enemies in your prison. This is a gateway, one of the many portals that you'll use to attract minions to your dungeon. Order your workers to dig a path to it now.
They make cool sound effects. Right, they build paths here for us. And then they claim buildings. We can summon minions. Are they collecting gold? Soft and loamy. Level 2.
Now that you have a gateway, minions can enter into your service. But first, you'll need to build the rooms necessary to entice them in.
Yes.
Start by building a barracks. This room will allow your minions to hone their combat skills without the risk of permanent death or disfigurement. Select it and build it by clicking and dragging your hand across the claimed tiles. Most rooms must be built at least 3 by 3 in order to function properly, though the lair and vault are effective at any size.
They're in vault, huh? Okay.
A gnarling has entered your
A
dungeon.
gnarling.
Attracted by the barracks, these green-skinned scrappers aren't quite right in the head, and they'll happily hack at your foes until someone is dead. Outside of combat, gnarlings will train themselves within your barracks. You can pick them up with a click if you find them slouching off, then deposit them anywhere within your dungeon with a right click. For further entertainment, you can always put yourself directly into their heads by casting possession upon them.
Possession.
Nothing has entered your dungeon. Don't worry, Underlord. You'll soon get used to this. Now you can control your minions' movement with the W, A, S, and D keys, and change their unique quickbar abilities using the number keys. Left click to use their current ability. Push the escape key to end possession. You can increase the efficiency of props within your rooms by fortifying the walls closest to the props. Workers will fortify walls automatically when they've completed all their other tasks. Now that you have some minions, you will need to cater for their basic needs. First, build a lair, so the pitiful little meat sacks can get some rest.
The narrator is really good. Pitiful little meat sacks. Right, and then they, they dig it out, then they create the floor that's appropriate, and then they upgrade the walls to fit your dungeon. And they level up. They are level 4, most of them. And you can grab them. And like I said, they make funny noises, which is maybe the most important part. This is spawning gnarlings. Okay, so let's build a lair. Intelligent minions require a lair, and the room is effective at any size.
Well done. But see how your gold reserves have been depleted.
Oh no.
Command your workers to mine some of the nearby gold by tagging the gleaming tiles. They collect and return gold to your dungeon coffers, allowing you to spend it on whatever your dark heart
And they can't reach that like this.
Your core can store up to 16,000 gold pieces. But if that number
16,000.
sounds pitifully small, or if wealth inspires the evil in you, simply build a vault to store more. Now that you've got a bit of coin in your pocket, you can build a slaughter pan. This room produces scores of micro-piglets, a delicacy that will sustain the weak flesh of your minions by filling their bellies with succulent pig flesh.
Micro piglets. That's what we eat. They didn't go as far as to say helpless, cute little micro piglets, but you know. A slaughter pen. High-level intelligent minions may get angry if they are forced to eat from the slaughter pen for extended periods of time. Beasts will happily eat straight from the slaughter pen, and intelligent minions prefer the meat cooked. Yeah, someone's happy. Gollum is also here. And they are doing a good job here. Not bad at all. I wonder what happens if I let them dig out the gold outside of the room here. Let's have a look. A vault. Can store gold, yeah? It was effective at any size. So if we just build a 3x3 vault, we should be fine. We do have enough space and gold. So there's more room to store more gold now. That's important. And it's a bit similar to Majesty in that way, that you passively, most of the time, passively steer the shenanigans going on in your kingdom. Ah, I didn't place all the things. Micro pen, micro pig. There they are. Mr. Tasty. Bertha.
Your dungeon
They
has
have
been
names. I know.
Cast Rally upon these spectres, and your minions will immediately sally forth to wreak bloody havoc.
Wreak bloody havoc. Cast what? Rally. I did something bad now.
Well done. Now finish off the rest of these manifestations with a second rally flag.
There's a rally flag.
Your gnarlings made short work of those spectres, but see how they still circle the flag. You can dismiss rally flags by slapping them with a right click. This should allow your minions to return to their jobs and tend their needs in a timely fashion. You can cast Recall upon a minion to immediately return them to your dungeon. Though if they are attacked as it channels, then the spell will fizzle into nothing.
Fizzle. Okay, so that's done. Earth. Use recall on a minion. Here, you. Fling.
You're on a roll, Underlord. And I've been waiting far too long to begin my war for the Overworld. Let us enter the realm of Kairos and continue
Napoleon,
your
the
retraining
pig.
against a more fitting enemy.
Yes. Okay, so that was the basic tutorial.
Well done, Underlord. I see it all coming back quite quickly. I expected nothing less. But there's much
Real
still to learn. Why don't we work in a bit of murder while we're at it?
Murder
It's
time.
for you to enter the realm of Kairos.
Yeah. Kill some filthy humans. Keep say keep. Welcome to Kairos.
Now's the time for a bigger challenge. Before you lies an Imperial keep, guarded by a certain Lord Rusimov. He had a bit of an accident that melted most of his face, but he's no less vigilant a soldier. He's been sent to guard an object that could threaten our campaign. Get in there, and burn the rest of him, Underlord.
A certain Lord Rusimov.
We've punctured the veil of this world through a schism, a point of weakness in the bonds between realms. Unfortunately for us, the Empire has crafted defenses to keep us from the heart of their kingdom.
Have they now?
These inhibitors prevent Underlords from trespass, but whether it's bone or stone, it can be broken.
Yeah.
I suspect that this Empire force has yet to taste true battle. But before you go engaging them, you'll need to muster up some minions.
Let's do that.
Unfortunately for me, your time in the ether has left you a weak husk of your former self. In order to reacquire your powers, you will need to access the veins of evil. Open them now, and use a sin to unlock the archive.
The veins of evil. And use the sin to what? What is he talking about? Replacement Earth. Unclaim. Yeah, we need a vault, huh? Can start,
You've
yeah.
discovered a perception shrine.
Ooh. Veins of evil.
Archive unlocked. This room will allow your minions to research additional sins, which can be spent to recover your lost
sin.
powers. Build one now to begin researching additional sins.
Okay. Archive.
You've claimed a perception shrine.
Yes, I did. Did I? I did. Totally did. Okay, I'm opening up
To
the...
have your workers prioritize objectives in a specific area, place a worker rally banner in that location. Build an archive, Underlord. Your forgotten powers are far more impressive than those you currently wield.
Don't push me. I'm doing it. So much gold. Don't have space to store it all. So we build an archive here. Diggy diggy. I can't really plan ahead, I think. Now, if they are done digging, I think if I place it down, it only gets built on this, yeah, on the tile we already had conquered, or whatever. I mean, you can go tile by tile, but that's not very effective.
Build a larger vault, Underlord.
I know. I'm pushing. Need to spend more gold. Aha! Archive. Built.
A cultist has found its way into your dungeon. Attracted by the magical tomes within your archive, these minions will spend most of their time researching sins for you. Though they are weak combatants, they have the power to curse your foes, making them weak to your other minions' blows.
Oh, that's rhyming.
A hungry minion can always find work elsewhere. Build a slaughter pen before your minions starve.
Oh, they're not starving.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Yeah, those announcer voices are awesome.
Good morning, Underlord.
Oh. No room for the gold.
I never get hungry in here for some reason.
Increase the vault size again. Now we can't remove that, so... Oh, these are vault pieces. I thought it was... Let's see... That's not it. That's not it either. Weird. I thought I had built the piggy pen, but apparently I haven't. A ground tile with Can't override them, that's weird. And I can't give up ownership. That's unfortunate. Now I have useless rooms. Yeah, okay. That happened. Ah, that's the perception shrine, and this is where the enemy is. Okay. Can't dig this out. I always try to make it look like a proper dungeon with connecting rooms and such. Not super efficient. I seem to remember, though, that you could Ah, you can sell. That's how you do it. Yeah, I knew it was possible.
Your cultists have worked hard to earn a new sin. Use it within the veins of evil to unlock the tavern. This room provides your minions with succulent cooked pig flesh and stout ales. After eating a meal within its hearthed halls, their spirits will be raised, increasing their productivity for a short time. The tavern is an essential room for keeping your minions fed. As they increase in level, they will eventually rebel if there is no tavern to sate their hunger.
Yeah.
Build one now, and remember that the tavern is unique and must be built at least 3 by 5 in order to be effective. The tavern must be built at least 3 by 5 before it can be used by your minions.
Could have told me that earlier. His rudeness. Can I increase the vault size a bit? So you have to be very careful what's on the hand cursor to not build the wrong room. But obviously you can salvage that situation. Apparently vaults are prioritized. Let's see if we can get the tavern built still.
You'll still need a slaughter pen in order to keep your tavern stocked.
No, I have
But in
one.
a pinch, you can
Double
always
size.
drop some alternative meat into the grinder. Rooms will only attract a certain number of minions before becoming full. In order to attract more, you will need to expand them.
Yes. I'm trying to find out where I'm supposed to build the...
Nothing in this life is
Barracks.
free, Underlord, and you'll regularly need to pay your minions for their hard work.
Here.
Be sure to keep an eye on your reserves, for if you've not enough gold for their wages, they'll be swift to find gainful employment elsewhere. Fortunately, your minions will return some of their earnings by buying meals within your own tavern.
Oh,
What
cute.
a delicious arrangement.
And again, like a Majesty. A lot like a Majesty. So it's just a very different perspective and also a light-hearted approach to the other side of the fantasy world. For a change, you're playing the evil goblins and so on. So we need a barracks here.
Scouts, go find what the hell's making all that racket.
Rally your minions to defeat these scouts once they breach your dungeon. Let's keep Sarusimov in the dark a little while longer.
The Ruthimorph.
You should try using the lightning and heal spells to assist your minions in combat.
I don't have minions yet. I'm working on barracks, but the cultists alone can only do so much.
Lightning will call down a thunderous bolt of energy, damaging and stunning a single enemy.
There you go.
However, it can only be used within your own territory. The health of minions is represented by petals surrounding their unit shield. Once no petals remain, a creature will fall unconscious and soon die, unless returned to its lair to recover. A gnarling has entered your dungeon.
Yay, Gnarlings! They should save us. Aye.
To have your minions ignore rally flags and remain focused on their current objectives, you can assign them to the peace band.
What's he doing? He's trying to convert the tile.
Ugh. Bar the doors. We wait for reinforcements.
Yay!
Look how easily your minions cut down these sappers. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Empire is woefully unprepared.
What are you doing, you silly minion?
arrested,
Come
you
here.
can leave them to their work or force them to train by dropping them in a barracks.
A worker rally.
The Empire's Templar is their core foot soldier. Dim-witted and pure battle fodder for an underlord, despite his training in the barracks.
Okay, how are we doing?
Hungry in here for some reason.
We have a tavern that's working. You can see the profit and efficiency. We're finally getting some fighters. Force a cultist train in the barracks.
If you don't want to do something, you could at least vocalize it, Underlord.
Taste my blood.
Okay, he can do that. Use worker rally to order your workers to prioritize tasks. Okay. Currently, I have nothing. Oh, this. Worker rally. Over here. Expand barracks and archive. Attract more minions. Okay. Let's try to increase the barracks size. And the archive we can. We've got another sin. This prophecy conjures a vision temporarily removing the fog of war in a large area.
Prophecy
Cool.
unlocked.
Yes. But yeah, in the end, this is also a rather chill game, unless there's fighting going on and you're ill prepared for the whole ordeal. Then it gets rather intense real quick. I remember that I tried to leave walls in the dungeon. This is a very constrained area. I'm not sure if that's always the case in this game. Because I find it's kind of cool if you have, you know, separate rooms and not just one large area with different floor tiles. Okay. That. Layer size could be increased as well. 11 out of 19 used only, so I don't need to increase it quick. And remove that.
I never get hungry in here.
The tavern. Flammable.
Taste my blood.
Ah, I need more training devices to make this more effective.
Why won't you bleed?
That adds another one. This does not. This adds 2 more. And another. 6 training devices, 6 units out of 3. Not sure why it's reduced to or limited to 3. And now they are reclaiming from the enemy. Right, that's what you need to do. Hey, Echo! Hope you had a good nap. It's a cool game. Yeah, Dungeon Keeper. For those who played Dungeon Keeper, I think Dungeon Keeper is still hard to beat. But for those who haven't played it, I think this is easier to get into because it's not so old. Not everybody enjoys old games that look hardcore, like a few pixels on the screen compared to 4K or whatever people are used to these days. I think they did a good job on this one.
I appreciate a power nap as much as the next dark god. But could you finish the job?
He's being mean. Okay. So. Belly. Let's see what. Let's see what we can do. The gnarlings and the cultists are marching in.
If any of your minions fall in combat, your workers will attempt to rescue them and return them to their lair.
Oh, that's
they
cute.
may rest and recover.
I can only cast a lightning on my own turf.
The enemy have
mine.
breached the damn walls. Steel yourselves, lads.
The heart of dark.
Cool. Getting there. Like, I can remove that flag and try to get in there. I can also dig through the walls instead of destroying the doors, I think. Aha! Now I destroyed their walls and can claim it. This should work. I steal their food.
Prophecy will temporarily remove the fog of war in a small area, allowing
that's
you to
helpful.
scout the map and spy on your enemies.
That's helpful. Let's get their archive. Oh, is it the original? I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't say anything. He does seem familiar. Oh, there you go. They're coming.
The Empire's cowardly priestess supports her allies from a distance.
Oh no.
Through her wholly misled beliefs in the goddess Kira. You'll often find her cowering in the archive and sanctuary.
Yeah, I think she died. It's the cute kind of evil. So let's get the paladin. Oh no, there she is.
The light is gone.
Use peace band.
I am extinguished.
It seems almost charitable to put him out of his misery. Well done, Underlord.
Okay.
You're learning much faster this time.
I haven't used the peace band, doesn't matter.
We've barely even started, and you already have a notch on your belt. Well
Yay.
done, Underlord. But there's no rest for the wicked.
Ooh,
Two
hidden artifact.
inhibitors still stand between us and the mainland. But after your butchery of poor Lord Rusimov, I doubt they'll be as weakly defended.
Oh, we'll have to see. And try another 20 minutes. The breach, traps and bolts.
You're making great progress, Underlord. You'll be back to your old self in no time. Our next target is the citadel of the intransigent Dotard, Lord O'Theland. He's a dim-witted sort, and he seems to like marching his troops into an early grave. I'd say it's time to learn about traps.
The way he narrates it is gorgeous.
Welcome to the breach, Underlord. This stronghold was built into this chasm to safekeep one of the Empire's inhibitors.
Quick break, I think.
With its trained garrison, it's virtually impervious to attack. Fortunately for you, their commander, Lord O'Theland, is a vacuous sort who will throw his troops at your dungeon without strategy or order.
He's sort of repeating what he said earlier.
Better time for you to learn how to build defenses for your dungeon. But to do this, you'll first need a foundry. Open the veins of evil and unlock it now. Build one now, and your minions will be happy to create defenses for your dungeon.
What I don't get is why it doesn't show the start of the effectiveness. You know, the size you need for each building. That I don't get. So minimum next to the gold cost or something like that. It says up here in the quest 3 by 3, but that's not the same.
To plan your dungeon, why not use the prophecy spell to clear the fog of war and scout the surrounding terrain?
Oh, that's good.
You have discovered a gateway.
A gateway. Get to the gateway. Right, so 3 by 3 foundry where they produce defense parts. Cool.
If you're short on workers to do your bidding, cast the Summon Worker spell to create more. However, every worker after your first 5 will lock a portion of mana. If you end up with an excess of workers locking your mana pool, you may dismiss them by dropping them onto your dungeon core.
Ah, okay.
It's all right. They won't feel a thing.
Probably.
Summon Worker will create an additional worker for you to command. Each worker summoned after the first 5
We just
will
had
lock
that, right?
50
He
mana.
double
Workers
narrates
can
stuff.
only be summoned within your own territory. You'll need an archive and cultists in order to research that artifact.
An
If you
artifact.
find yourself with an excess of workers, you can always drop them onto your dungeon core to
Oh,
dismiss
can I now?
them, releasing the locked mana.
Food.
A Chunda has entered your dungeon.
What?
Attracted by the foundry, this gassy creature will joyfully launch the fetid contents of its stomach to attack.
That's
Your other
disgusting.
minions would do well to stay a few steps back.
Right, let's see. We need a lair.
Your minions' needs are not being met, Underlord.
Aw.
Build them the basic rooms they require.
Yeah. Give them a lot to do, is what I do. There you go, now we can finish the lair.
You've claimed a perception shrine.
Yes. I like the worker sounds there, really good. Defend your
The tavern
dungeon.
is an essential room for keeping your minions fed. As they increase in level, they will eventually rebel if there is no tavern to sate their hunger.
Oh. Cheerio. 3 by 5, right? Time for a tavern.
Open the veins of evil and unlock the Blade Lotus.
The Blade Lotus will slice and dice and knock back enemies within melee range. Toggle inactive mode to keep it hidden, so enemies pass over it, allowing you to trap them by reactivating it after they pass.
Blade Lotus unlocked. The Blade Lotus is a spinning flower of destruction
Hey, Wolf Soul,
that
welcome.
tears nearby enemies into shredded flesh as it pushes them away.
How are you?
To build defenses for your dungeon, you need simply to lay their blueprints upon a claimed tile. Your minions will work to craft defense parts within your foundry, which will then be ferried off by your workers to construct them.
Weak. Let's get this. It has quite the range, huh? You can already open that up. That's no problem. We can build a second one here and make this a slaughterhouse. And also the only exit and entrance to our dungeon. So that attacking enemies need to get through there. Like a bit of tower defense. The brewery. Okay, I can see what I can do. I mean, the tavern is up. But I think they only serve spit roast and...
Splendidly done, Underlord. But see how some of your mana has been locked away.
Not sure what they
These
drink.
defenses require a small portion of your mana in order to function. You will regain this locked mana when the defense is destroyed.
Mana.
Many of the defenses you build can be toggled between two distinct modes, each with their own effects. Toggle the Blade Lotus by clicking it now.
The Blade Lotus.
The Blade Lotus can be dropped into a hidden mode, which allows enemies to unknowingly pass over it. The perfect trap for retreating foes. Now click the Blade Lotus again to reactivate it. When active, the Blade Lotus will carve your enemies down to size.
Yes.
Unless you're fighting those stinking dwarves, who will end up pint-sized. Due to its small size, the Blade Lotus is most effective in tight corridors. For a bit more firepower and range, you should consider the Bombard. This defense will launch flaming iron balls at any foe that mistakenly wanders too close, swiftly turning their bodies into broken vessels of blooded mash. Select the Bombard and build it upon one of the flashing tiles to the east of your dungeon core.
Ooh. Yeah, that works for me. So we're increasing our vault size because we have too much money to store. Okay. The lair needs to be this size exactly. We have the piggies, we have the thingy. Oh yeah, we need ooh, a gold shrine. We need room for the basic attacks. Attack minions. What are they called again? The green ones. Okay, we can remove this.
The Bombard can be placed into overdrive mode by clicking
Overdrive?
it, which will increase the speed at which it fires. However, each attack while in overdrive will damage the defense. Now that you have some offense, you should wall off your dungeon core to prevent your enemies from sneaking in and destroying it. Build a wooden door upon the flashing tile. The wooden door will slow the advance of your enemy for a short time.
Aha!
However, it can also be used to prevent your minions from wandering into haunted corridors or private baths.
Oh, you did!
The wooden door can be toggled open and closed with a click. While closed, no minions may pass through unless the door is opened, destroyed,
That's true.
or sold.
We need more
You
things.
caught on quick, Underlord. Now put your murderous new talents to work. There's no doubt that the insipid Lord will soon learn of your presence and send his troops forth to...
The only downside to this is that I can't really talk unless I pause the game because he's not stopping and it's a bit much. They could have added like 10-20 seconds between things to let you breathe and process. It might have been tailored too much towards people who already know Dungeon Keeper. I don't know. They do it in a humorous way, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a bit too pushy, I feel. Yeah, we need a new community goal, right? I already renamed the points to money cash because I'm not a pirate anymore now that I'm not Captain Nemo, but just Nemo, the explorer, right? But I need a new symbol for the things, and new emotes or more emotes are also planned for next year. But it's not really a proper complaint because you can pause and think about what just has been said, but that takes the dynamic out of it. But I think it would have made it easier to get into the game, to slow it down just a tiny bit, not a big amount. Maps with Romero numerals. Romero numeral? What maps? Not sure what you're referring to. Twitch just told you that I'm live. Yeah, maybe it's confused because I just renamed the channel today. That would be okay. If it's slow today, I would say that's alright. I just renamed the channel from Captain Nemo to Nemo Discovers. So that's okay. And since the whole rest of the year is planned out completely, I'm not sure what kind of community goal I could give you, since I don't put on silly hats or do dress-ups or whatnot. Sorry. The old potato god. Yay! Yeah, I still have some name changes and adjustments to do in the background, but I think I'll be done tomorrow. It should all be back to normal, and then yeah, we can go into discovery mode again tomorrow. But tomorrow is just going to be one single game and not 6 like today. If you want to check out what I did play today, !marathon will give you a link for that. Tomorrow we will check out Gears Tactics, and there you go. You should see a list with the current marathon games on the top and everything else that happened in the past below that. Starting with the first marathon that I did this year in May, end of May, I think. Yeah, and tomorrow we're going to check out Gears Tactics, and I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Die by your hand. In the meantime, you should continue to build defenses to protect your dungeon, adding any additional rooms you desire to diversify your army and improve your chances of survival. Should you wish to speed up the construction of your defenses, you can pick up defense parts from your foundry and drop them directly onto blueprints.
Big barracks. Take parts of your foundry and drop them on blueprints. I didn't understand that. I'm supposed to build 5 lotuses for an optional fun. Well, let's give them a second door, huh? It's going to be interesting to see. See, they have their own traps. It's going to be interesting to see if they start digging my way or if I need to get to them before we do that. The name change, Snickers? What?
fleet.
No, but it's just a different genre. Well, you can always play XCOM. You can always play XCOM. And I want this. So diggy diggy. Oh, we're already accessing that from the other side. Oh, I knew that. Get the gold. So we've got sleepy time. We don't have an archive yet. Whoops. I didn't know that. I thought I had one. That's okay. I can build one here. Yep.
You've discovered a gold shrine.
Unlimited wealth.
If
Read.
your coffers are full, or if you're afraid of how wealth might change you, you can always untag it with a second click.
Untag it.
This evil presence shall not stand up to my might. Rally straight forth to assault them, men!
How terribly kind of the Knight to announce his attack. Prepare to defend the center line, Underlord.
Yeah. I'm defending. Where are you going? Trying to defend.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Now we have cultists. Artifacts. Research. A magically inclined minion must unlock it. Yes.
Your wooden door is under attack.
Yeah, it is. And the tiny workers running outside every 10 seconds trying to beat up the guardsmen here. Did they kill him? Oh man, poor soul. So, impasse. Come here, you silly bugger. But just for workers, right?
Your wooden door has been destroyed.
Ah, that just stops them from claiming it.
Your blade lotus is under attack.
That's rally. Counterattack. Boom. Nice.
Come on, give it your best shot. What do you mean they're all dead?
Oh, Marathon is a
This
bar.
threat is more serious than I thought.
Snickers
Give
is
me
now
a minute.
Marathon?
I shall
Interesting.
prepare a new plan of attack to thwart this
Weird.
devil.
Why did they do that? Snickers. Here you go. He makes a farting sound. Oh no. Every time? Oh, the hilarity of that. That's all I need to have a good time, right? Farting monsters in a dungeon. Says a lot about me.
I've got it! We shall attack from the north and the center simultaneously. That should bamboozle this unholy menace.
Bamboozle
Scatter
us.
their bones for the rats to clean.
Yeah, when you have imps, you have always. Go get him. Okay, he's doing a good job. So, minions. Attack.
Chunder lost.
Oh no, we lost to Chunder. We have a few enemies here. I'm gonna zap them to bits. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, out of mana. Whoops. Maybe we retreat. Nah, there's no retreat. We kill them. Yes, we do. Forward! Into their traps, right? Ballista.
Scepter! They've all been bested? Okay, hold on, I'm thinking.
He's thinking. Okay. And closed farts. They must smell good. But before we dive too deep into the fart jokes, I think it's time to call it.
Gnarling lost.
Oh, another... Do they attack these on their own? Yeah, they do. They do a lot of damage, these traps.
Chunder lost.
We have to tell them to kill this.
They'll certainly not expect this trick. Assault the center and the south. They'll never see us coming.
So, War for the Overworld. It has a lot of Dungeon Keeper going for it. A successor in spirit, if not in the original style, but it's very close to it. And it has a lot of content to offer if you want. But I think the base game alone is a lot to play around in. Plus you have sandbox mode and creative mode. Wave-based fighting in the Crucible and extra scenarios, so... And workshop stuff. I mean, you know... If you're looking for a builder game with a sort of more of a passive role on the player side, where you're more of the planning, order giving kind, and not the actual controlling, is your main job. This is a good one. The swap perspective is nice. The humor is decent, fun, and you've got farting monsters. Can't ask for much more, can you? And that concludes our marathon today. We discovered 6 different games, I think. Let's see. Majesty 2, Prison Architect, Townsman, A Kingdom Rebuilt, Lethes, Path to Progress, Airborne Kingdom, and War for the Overworld.